The Lamplighters League is a tactical turn-based strategy game set in an alternate history 1930s where your elite team of unique characters face off against enemies the likes of evil soldiers and even monsters, ghouls and ghosts. But I play the game without fighting any of the enemies. No actual combat. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. The Lamplighters League is a bit of a sad story. I've been a fan of what the devs' harebrained schemes have done previously. Battletech and Shadowrun were chef's kiss, but more on that and my thoughts at the end of the video. So let's just get into it. I'm beginning from week 1 from the hideout, which is a sort of base of operation where you pick missions on a world map, upgrade characters, purchase items, all very XCOM-esque. You get the drift. There was an earlier mission before this, but it was more of a tutorial and it forced you into a fight, so I didn't want that in this video. All the characters in the game are different variations of specific classes. So Lateef here is a sneak class. He's a thief and he's really good at snooping around. Definitely the type of character I want in my no combat run. He's probably the one I'll use the most. Which, just a caveat, I won't be engaging with the enemy directly. However, knockdowns and using consumables like shock mines will still be necessary to whittle down the enemy, so I can actually progress forward. Eddie here, who's a saboteur, has these shock mines, which are actually special abilities. You have a limited number of these in each mission, so the Lamplighters League is clearly sort of limiting these abilities to make you not spam them out. Combat is in its core design and unavoidable actually, but I've got some tricks up my sleeve. So how I'll be approaching the game is to sneak my way through whichever little pocket that I can. Sneaking happens in real time, so when they've discovered you, the game goes into this turn-based tactical phase. Each level has multiple different zones with enemies, so I most likely won't be able to sneak through the whole thing. I'll have to make a run for it to reach the escape zone after completing the objective. Also, once the game enters this turn-based combat mode, it doesn't go back to real-time mode after you've broken line of sight. All enemies need to be dispatched off before switching back to real-time. Obviously, I can't kill them all in this run, so if I'm discovered early on in the mission, it makes movement a bit of a chore. You can lose the enemies in turn-based mode too, it's just that it's not easy, but possible, but you'll be stuck in this turn-based mode for the rest of the mission. By the way, this mission, actually all the missions in this entire playthrough, I've had to save and reload the game countless times, alright, to be able to beat the mission. So you won't be seeing much of the loading screens here because, you know, that would make for a boring video. The loading screens aren't the most interesting part of the game. Of course, my video will also have to be like 20 hours or something. So yeah, I safe scum my way through this playthrough. You can see here that beyond the abilities the different classes get, the other non-sneak classes aren't great at stealth and moving past enemies. They make more noise when they move and the alert or vision cones of the enemies are bigger when I'm using them. So the first few missions, the game forces me to use 3 characters and I need to get all of them to the escape zone. It's a little challenging but not impossible. As I said, I just need to make a dash to the escape zone once discovered. The undrawn hand are like these cards you collect, right? And they give some cool buff and abilities to your characters. Really important if you're playing the game like how you're supposed to. But not so much for me here. Obviously, I'm not going to bother upgrading other non-sneak characters or combat abilities. So I'm going to be hoarding upgrade points to focus everything on Lateef here. That decoy ability is super sweet. If he's caught in combat, he can essentially create a decoy and go invisible for 2 turns. It's a real lifesaver.
What's that?
The enemies with the pulsating detection cone thingies can detect sneaks. unless you take cover behind 2-level height objects like these 2 stack of boxes. These guys are my greatest foes in my no combat run. You can see how unstealthy these 2 big buffoons here are. Okay, time to make a run for it.
And we're home free!
Come on. The job's not truly done until you and Locke are face to face.
So be it. Let us see what remains of the Lamplighter's League.
Great. Week 3. Time to find the healer.
And we're clear. Just gotta get you back to Locke.
Lead on then.
Now this mission is one of the key story missions which, well, reveals more of the story, duh, and unlocks more gameplay.
That is the keystone.
Got the keystone!
So yeah, there are occultish elements in this game with monsters and stuff. I thought this would be the end of my no combat run, but look closer and you'll notice there is a very short window of opportunity to run away from these mummies. Holy crap, didn't think that would work, but maybe I got lucky there. Lateef is just OP stealth. There's definitely quite a bit of repetition in terms of the levels. I've seen this one before. So levels themselves aren't random, but the number of enemies and pickups are. To the point I've seen additional enemies even after reloading a save game.
We gonna get this thing started or what?
Smoke grenades don't actually break line of sight. I actually misunderstood this in the early bits, but they do make it harder to miss those inside them. So yeah, still works in keeping the team safe as they get out.
It is done. The keystone is ours.
And yet, I have more questions than ever.
Now I get these expedition missions. They aren't like a mission with a level, but you'll just assign an agent to do them, and usually they get you resources. Ingrid here's a bruiser. She's pretty useless to me since she focuses on melee and all her abilities are combat focused. I'll send her out to do these expeditions. There's also a doomsday clock now, so the 3 evil sub-factions have their own boss and threat indicator that goes up if you don't deal with them. This is a pretty cool campaign thing I like. Definitely adds more urgency to the game's campaign. Before we continue on the next mission, do me a favor and hit the like button if you're enjoying this video. Smack the subscribe button if you want to watch more videos like this. I've got another video planned that hopefully won't take an eternity to make. Anyway, onwards. This mission. I thought this was also going to be a failure because this mission forces me to attack 4 points surrounding the device to destroy it. How do I do that with all the enemies around? Well, I calculated that with all the knockdowns I have and Eddie's shock mines, I could take all 6 enemies near this area, and I actually did it.
Come on, come on.
Week 6. Okay, now things are starting to get even more challenging. Getting discovered early, as I said, is a bad thing, but we'll have to roll with it this time.
The gentleman Jin strikes again.
It is accomplished.
Not a bad haul. in my professional opinion.
Now this mission could be my last. There are missions with the Scions of the three factions, basically the Uber boss. They're going to hit a lot harder, and also the enemies in these missions also have a buff. We are going in with a bit of a disadvantage here. That's him.
No true believer, Marteau would prefer to stay out of harm's way. Press him in order to avoid the terrible accuracy of his link rifle.
This level is loaded with enemies. I'm not sure how stealthy I can get here. I've got a generator to destroy, so we are definitely going to alert the enemies. Just hope I can survive to escape this, crossing fingers. Okay, we're in position now. Time to execute the plan.
Ah, there you are.
Oh, great. Marteau can teleport.
Let me show you how these work.
Okay, objective down. Time to get the hell out of here.
It's the big one. Oh, no, 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 no.
Yeah, this mission is a bit of a Pyrrhic victory moment. Those mummies with electric shock are a real pain in the butt, since your dudes can die after getting hit from them a few turns later. A good thing that Marteau isn't really chasing me, he's more interested in hanging around his defenses. Ah, looks like one of the mummies know where I'm at. Gotta hold out here and wait for my agents to die.
No need to catch me now.
On our last mission, an agent was lost. We all knew the risks, of course.
It won't be me next. It won't.
I will just say this. The agent...
Now I can lose agents, which in the earlier bits of the campaign you didn't really feel that repercussion. But the good thing is I can now bring less than 3 agents on a mission. Yeah, so if I were to focus on the theft missions, I think I would have a higher chance of getting through them than those destroy the generator missions. So that's going to be my mission selection strategy moving forwards.
Strum's red sulfur has granted him control of an army of 5,000-year-old mummies. Tread carefully around Strum's infernals. Their flame is unnatural.
I spotted an invisible area here. Ingrid can sit around here and no one would ever be able to spot her. I think this is a bug, but a good one to take advantage of. So those agents that died, you can rescue them like a week later in a prison break mission. I don't think this would go well, but it's worth a shot.
You'll miss me. I think this is going well. Honestly, here I go. Come on, I'm getting you out of here.
You should not have come back. I might have been worse than dead.
Please, save your applause until we're home free.
I will free you from the burden of choice.
Yeah, this is not going to be possible. There's a long way to go and many enemies along the path to be able to survive. I guess I'll just forget about saving them and focus on using Lateef on his theft missions.
Someone's about.
Yes, using Lateef only is the right decision. He's practically invisible, as long as I avoid the pulsating dudes.
They can't hit me if I'm not there anymore. It's just too easy.
Great, more bad dudes. But the cool thing about Lateef, not only is he a great sneak, once you've upgraded him, he's also pretty darn hard to hit. Nice, a new mission environment. These guys don't look too friendly.
Of the devouring king, tide spawn, hunt in packs, and have a taste for human blood.
I've turned the Lamplighters League into essentially Metal Gear Solid with Lateef, but it's getting a lot harder now.
Hello, beautiful. Ready to come home with me?
Okay, this is ridiculous. How are certain escape zones locked behind a door? I mean, there are no hints that you'll need to pickpocket an enemy after you've completed your objective. That kinda sucks. Okay, fine. I've gotta go back to that area. Yep, this is looking impossible, but I said that a couple of times now.
Stop shooting! And don't stop till that thing stops!
Nope. I'm surrounded. This won't work. Okay, maybe one last try. I might get lucky.
It was you or me.
Holy crap, he's done it again. Lateef is the beast. So it's still game on for me. Okay, unlock the doors and let's get out of here.
Now the real fun begins. Hello, beautiful. Ready to come home with me?
Spectronauts are Marteau's most trusted agents, scouts, and assassins with a hard-earned knowledge of the other side.
And we're clear.
I've kind of missed recording the previous mission, but let's carry on. We're in week 13 now. Unlucky 13 maybe?
Marteau has somehow tamed the dead. Shades, who channel the spiritual pollution called void. Beware their wails of anguish, and the remnants they leave behind.
Oh, I didn't sign up for this! I didn't sign up for ghosts! Got it! I'm sure this is all a big misunderstanding. Try again! And we're clear.
Now this mission is the ultimate challenge. It looks like every corner is filled with enemies. There doesn't seem to be any window of opportunity to get past any of them. I might just have to hoof it.
They can't hit me if I'm not there anymore. Hello, beautiful. Ready to come home with me? A little close.
I managed to actually complete the objective. But yeah, our no combat run for the Lamplighters League has come to an end at week 14. I mean, not too bad. I definitely thought at multiple points it was impossible, but was genuinely surprised how I managed to squeeze through those missions. I think the Lamplighters League is a good tactics game. It's not an easy one though. You face vastly superior numbers in all missions. The different characters are great depending on how you want to play and how you combine them together to take on the missions. I really liked it. I think one of the main complaints I have read, and I absolutely agree with it, is that the difficulty is rather inconsistent and can spike up like incredibly difficult at times. You know, it's not just a smooth like upwards curve, but some missions can be bloody difficult, like even like in mission 5, which can be a bit frustrating. Now, sadly, the Lamplighters League has been a bit of a dud for Paradox Interactive, the publishers of the game. And in fact, I knew this even before the game was released. There was practically zero marketing and support from Paradox. All I saw were developer streams, which was kind of fishy. Now the news is out that Paradox wrote off this game, and like, I don't mean they didn't believe in it. Like, yeah, they didn't, but it was also an accounting write-off. The cost was something upwards of like $20 million. Paradox cut their losses and just released the game to little fanfare, which is such a shame. I mean, what I think went down was Harebrained Schemes put a lot of faith into this project and didn't want to pivot to something else. And we have these two companies splitting up, or who knows, maybe the truth is the complete opposite of this. This was supposed to be an important game for the developers because it is the first original IP for them, not Shadowrun and Battletech, which are owned by other companies, but something they could call their own. Unfortunately, I think the setting and just the graphics even made a very poor first impression. And I truly believe that tactical games are currently facing a bit of a decline. There are a ton of tactical games out there, but they're competing on a very small slice of gamers. who are really into tactics games. There may not be enough of a player base to push new and original tactics games. If HBS did a tactics game in a big IP like Harry Potter, for instance, we probably wouldn't be seeing this. So we have a rather rare situation here where I think it's safe for me to say I agree that it's genuinely a good game, but it totally failed and the devs have to pay the ultimate price for it. HBS will leave Paradox next year, so I'm not sure what kind of support the Lamplighters League will get. I enjoyed it quite a bit and will continue to play the game with proper combat and all, like the normal way of playing it. So if you want to check it out, it's available on PC Game Pass, and if you find it on sale, give it a shot. If you've played the Lamplighters League, tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, bye!